Hi everyone, this is part 4 of the story, right? I was 23 at the time in Umtata working, and she just arrived and she didn't want to go home. And then I decided, okay, let me give Serki another chance. And I feel like this is where a father should come in, If I had a proper father or proper parents, they would give me proper guidance in life, and tell me, hey, this girl is not for you, don't waste your time, just end it now. Instead, I continued because I'm naive, and I'm basically a child, right? So she stays with me in Umtata, she finds a job, we try and build something, right? And then, when somebody tells you something over and over and over and over again, you start like actually um, believing what they're saying, and you start doing what they're saying. I think it's some sort of hypnosis or whatever you might call it. So we used to visit my sister, and their conversation weekends was every weekend about marriage, 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 marriage. You guys must get married. You guys must get married. I mean, why would you force your brother to get married to somebody? You can see this person is not right in there. Hmm? Person threw me with onions and potatoes in her house, but yet she's encouraging me to get married. Person that has no way of talking, yet she's encouraging me to get married. You understand? Anyway, so we decided to leave Umtata after being there 2 years. We moved to Port Elizabeth. Now, I admire people job hunting in PE. It's very daunting. It's a hard process because there's so little jobs and there's so much people needing jobs. So I was unemployed for about a year, and in my point of being unemployed, I still had money in my account, money that I saved up, right? And then we lived with her sister and her sister's husband at the time, which was my friend at the time. We lived with them, and we stayed there about for a year or so. And then the two of them are married, so it was also again this married conversation, until one point where she and her sister called me in and said, listen, yeah, we need a date from you when you're gonna get married. And I just gave a date in the air. I didn't even think much of it. I didn't now really think they are working towards this. So I said September and the 22nd or something like that, I said. And then in the meantime, these people are working towards planning a wedding here. And I promise you, a week before the wedding, my gut feeling, it's very important to listen to your gut feeling. It told me, don't get married to this woman. And I was in church at the time, a worship leader, and pastor, everybody saying, get married, get married. This one is saying, get married. The old people in the church, you can nie so bly nie, bly en sonde my kind. Bullshit. Anyways, I followed. I was just being a follower, following people's advice. I got married to this person. And a week before I got married, I told her I didn't want to get married. We were married for 1 year, and I felt I made such a huge mistake to marry this person. Such a huge mistake. Because she's bitter. You cannot make someone happy if they are unhappy. You can't be somebody else's joy. Joy comes from the Lord. You understand? You need to have inner joy as a person. You can't let your partner make you happy. So that's what she wanted from me, and she was draining. It was like actually raising a Down syndrome child. Respect goes to all the people raising children with special needs. It's like raising a Down syndrome child that never grows up. You have to raise this child forever. At least a normal child, when they're 18, you can let them go and have their wings, they can fly. But this person was a Down syndrome child I was raising in my marriage. I tried everything. We went for counseling. It didn't work. We seeked help from the church. It didn't work. We went on Ebenezer, monthly marriaging counseling. I don't know, some program that they had at Ebenezer Center. We went to all these places, and this person, when she comes back, she acts right. maybe for a month. But then she acts out again. You know, when I say act out, she swears, she's rude, she's disrespectful, disrespecting me in front of people, in front of my friends, in front of my mother, in front of her work colleagues. That's the type of person she was, you know. And I told myself, man, I'm such a happy person and pleasant person now. Somebody is dampening my spirit. Whenever I'm excited about something, she is trying to put me down, right? And it's very important to build your partner instead of putting them down. And then after 3 years of marriage, I told somebody at work, Ish, and this is the most stupid thing I've also done. I told somebody at work, I'm having problems in my marriage. I'm thinking of getting a divorce. And she's saying, no, the best thing you can do, my child, is make a child. And I promise you, this woman will act better. She won't be so insecure. She'll treat you better. Your marriage will be better and everything. And I don't believe in divorce because my parents got divorced, right? Me as a Christian at the time. So I thought, Ish, let me now make a child. And maybe this will bond our marriage forever, like, and to be in a good way, and she'll be a more pleasant person. But when the child came, she became worse. She became worse and worse and worse, to a point where I actually took her with me to to China. She was with me in China with my child, and she acted like somebody that's, you know, those roaring colourdsmen. She acted like those people in China where she was hitting the wall, and the walls are thin in China, and shouting and swearing and going on with me. And I'm thought to myself, no man, I don't deserve this. I'm trying to build us here and make a better life for us, and here you are acting like a hooligan, barbaric. So I told her, and she asked me, yeah, what do you want to do? I just kept quiet. I thought, let me try and make things right. And I took her and my son at the time, he was 3 years old. I took them to some kind of a burger place, something like McDonald's. We had lunch. Then I thought, let me make things right and try and apologize for whatever I done wrong, because I'm also not innocent, because I just came home later than expected. That's all why she went on that day. On our way back, we were driving on my bike. It's an electric bike, almost like those scooters, man, in South Africa. And she was telling me how to drive, and I was telling her, listen here, you don't even have a license. You can't tell me how to drive. I know what I'm doing. And she started swearing, and I started swearing, and then the child started swearing. And when I heard the child swear, immediately tears like rolled down my eyes, because I'm thinking to myself, I'm really loving my father now. I'm creating the same environment for my son. Then I got home and I told her, listen, I'm not happy with the way we're operating now. It's years now we're going on like this. And this is like 6 years of marriage now already. And she's like, yeah, what do you want? Do you want a divorce? And I took my ring off and I said yes. And that was the end of my marriage. That was the final nail in the coffin.